On Monday, Kellyanne Conway told reporters that Donald Trump is 100% not afraid to sit down with Robert Mueller. This came in response, obviously, to the fact that Donald Trump recently completed his written responses to some of the questions from Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller, and Kellyanne Conway wanted to make sure that all the reporters out there knew that Donald Trump is not afraid of anything, and he absolutely would sit down with Robert Mueller. He's just not going to, because according to Kellyanne Conway, it doesn't rise to that level and just isn't necessary for him to do that. Which is weird, because hasn't Robert Mueller been trying to negotiate a sit-down interview with the President of the United States for months now? Almost a year, actually. He's been trying to get his lawyers to agree to let Trump and him sit together in a room, and he asks questions and Trump answers them. So I would say, Kellyanne, that as usual, you're completely wrong about this, and you're absolutely lying through your teeth. The special prosecutor wants to sit down with Donald Trump. He would much rather have him tell him the answers to his questions than have to read them on a form that it's very likely Trump didn't even fill out himself. Donald Trump is terrified of Robert Mueller, just like he's terrified of visiting troops overseas, just like he's terrified of going into any natural disaster area in the United States, and that's why he typically waits 4 or 5 days after the event occurs to get his ass down there. He is afraid. He is afraid of everything. He is afraid of everyone, including everyone in that White House, because, hey, let's not forget, we still haven't found out who the White House op-ed writer is yet. He doesn't trust anyone. He's paranoid as hell. And he absolutely would be terrified to sit in the same room with Robert Mueller, let alone answer any of this man's questions. Furthermore, Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump's lead attorney in this whole mess, seems to corroborate what I'm saying here, because he's admitted that if he sat down with Trump, if Mueller sat down with Trump, it would be a trap. Trump would, perjure himself. He would get caught in a lie. There's no good outcome for this, so Trump can't do it. Now, first and foremost, if you're innocent, you don't have to worry about being caught in a lie. If you did something wrong and you don't want people to find out, then yeah, it's pretty easy to perjure yourself, which is pretty much the case with Donald Trump. And that's why he's so terrified. That's why he's so afraid. And that's why we're getting reports every other day about the tension and anger growing inside of him in the White House. Kellyanne Conway was doing what she does best here. Going out there, lying to reporters, saying that everything's fine, and please ignore the massive dumpster fire going on behind me. Because that is exactly what's taking place in the White House as Trump grows more afraid and more fearful of what Robert Mueller and the investigators are going to do to him.